Well, hello there. I am a little unprepared today. Well, I shouldn't say prepared. I am prepared, but I'm using some new software today for my Terry's Tech Tip Tuesdays, and it's called Restream. And somehow I lost where I was supposed to actually give it a title, so God knows what that is. Showing up in my live stream to both Facebook and YouTube. But I will correct all of that later. There's always post productions and how you can fix things. So this week, if you hadn't seen in my post in my Facebook page and group, I wanted to talk a little bit about pipelines. And let me see, something showing up on my screen. So if you are not familiar with Kajabi Pipelines, they are awesome. And they are so underutilized and they can really make your life a lot easier. Now, I'm not going to do a in-depth how to this week because I have something special planned. But I do want to talk a little bit about them if you haven't used them and kind of wonder what they are. So pipelines, these are some of this example, what you see on the screen are just some demo pipelines. You've got sales pipelines. You've got Zoom pipelines and your opt-in or your freebie pipelines. Pipelines is just really kind of a fancy way of saying your funnels. But what makes them really nice is that instead of trying to figure out what you should include in your funnels, Pipeline does that for you. And I don't mean just like, here's your sales page and here's your opt-in or what have you, but it gives you the components as well as suggested or recommended copy. And that's where the time-saving piece comes into it. It's that especially if you're new to not only Kajabi, but just, okay, I want to sell whatever it is, what do I say? What should my email sequence be? What should my opt-in look like? Kajabi does all that for you. Now, I'm going to go over here in the top right corner and click on new pipelines. Now, I have some additional pipelines from a course I've taken, but from I would say blank down here in this left all the way up here are the default Kajabi pipelines. And they're customizable. That's what makes them so powerful and nice that it's a starting point. And it really makes life so much easier. Now, before pipelines, or before I understood pipelines, I would create all my sales pages and all my other opt-ins and my forms and all this other stuff, one by one. And then I understood how I could just maximize this with one click of a button and I'd be set. I'd be like, really? I've been trying to figure this out and making things overcomplicated and I didn't need to. I could just start with the pipelines. Now, there are some nuances. There's some what I call the secret sauce behind them. And once you understand that, you can understand all of the pipelines. And there's some also, I won't say it's magic. It's not magic, but that's like the best term because with magic, you want to be able to say abracadabra and make it so. And that's what, there's some more components to the pipelines that allows you to automate your funnels, your pipelines, so that you know without a doubt things are working properly. And if they're not, then you can go back and see what's not working or what is working in your pipeline setups. So if I go back here, let's just pick the Zoom webinar is a popular one. And if I look at it over here, it'll have the steps or recommended steps. Now, what's not obvious to the eye, and it's only after been doing some research into my own SEO, when I look at these pages, what you don't realize is that the titles, the subjects, or the subheadings, they are already SEO enabled. Now, I don't want to get too geeky on you, but if you've looked at any type of code, and they call them headers, H1, H2, H3, and most people look at it like, I just want the font real big, or I want it to be this size. But those things matter with your SEO. So at H1 header should only be one time on your page, or it you should have your keyword that you are trying to rank for in that header. So while you may or may not understand that, don't worry if you don't, the pages and the templates take care of that, and you don't even realize it. And it's taken care of in SEO so that your sales pages, your thank you pages, or what have you, your opt-ins are already optimized for you. So this is just an overview or a quick look at what the steps are that are customizable, for your pipeline. And then over here in the corner, you could view the stats. Now, this is just my test page, so there's nothing in here. But what's great about this is you could see how many people registered, how many people confirmed, or your sales page. And then you get to get an idea, like, obviously, what's your conversion percentage? Are they getting to my registration page? I'm getting a lot of views, but maybe nobody's actually registering. So you get to see the breakdown of if there's a problem, and if it's something's not converting, you can kind of see where it's not. So pipelines help identify where you might have a conversion problem, a copy problem, because it's going to give you your numbers, obviously, in the stats versus having things kind of disjointed. But let's say you've already built some pages. Can you use pipeline? Yes. And I'm not going to show you right now. I know, that's just me, right? But don't worry. So why? Because I am going to have a 3-day challenge when I talk about how to not only get your pipeline set up, and it's more than obviously just clicking a button and setting it up, but the nuances to having a powerhouse, effective pipeline that not only you can use on whether it's your sales, your course, or what have you, but I'm going to use a sales pipeline as our demonstration. Now, because I went live a little bit too fast and then I was ready, full disclosure, I'm going to add the link for registering for the event, which is going to start next Monday, which, if I had my calendar out in front of me, which will be the 20th. So 20th will start our 3-day challenge. And if there's anything you wanted to know about pipelines, this is the thing to do it. Because why? I'm going to be doing it live, so you'll also get to have some question and answer. And they're going to be short challenges. There's not going to be this, oh my God, she's on for a whole hour each time. No, we're going to be short, actionable things so that you can get your sales pipeline going. So otherwise, I will see you all later, and have a great day. Bye.